Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, but especially you, teacher. It's very nice to see you today. Well, welcome to our presentation. Today, we'll be presenting a megacity, but not any megacity. This megacity belongs to the Cairo, Egypt, a heavily urbanized area where many residents now live in apartment buildings that are accommodated for a limited space and abundant people, since detached houses now are a symbol of wealth, and not that many people can be part of it. With standardized educations for 12 years to ensure better education and life in the long run, and even though there are similar tests to be accepted into higher education, like the SAT, many students still decide to join the workforce and help their families. This has caused a lot of poverty. Also, this place has many worship places, principally for Muslim, but you can also find worship places for Christian and evangelics. And finally, this megacity is known for their opera houses and their international film festival. Now, before the presentation begins, allow me to introduce you to your fellow presenters for today, that are Eric Ivan Salinas, who is in charge of presenting where the Cairo is located, with what is associated, population, transportation, infrastructure, problem solutions, and maybe even interesting facts. Then we have Germán Arturo Salazar, that will be giving a sum up about the entire presentation and some thoughts. And for me, Carlos Vargas, I'm here to welcome you, give you a general idea, and who knows, maybe after the presentation is over, make you want to visit the city. It has a lot to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? The presentation is about to begin. In this occasion, we will be talking about some problems the city has faced throughout the years, and some other problems it is facing, but as well as some solutions they have come up to. As we know, it is not rare to find problems related to the infrastructure, transportation, economy, inequality, and safety in a big city. And Cairo is not the exception. With inadequate roads, more than 1 million cars on the streets, bad environmental conditions, crime, unemployment, a new generation of workers, weak governance, and the vulnerable. This city had a lot to work on. Let me just give you a little spoiler. They pulled it off since they became a mega city. Not that big of a spoiler. As we know, changes come with more situations to handle, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be bad. As there are many problems, many solutions has come to bring the city to its fullest potential. And that is why we will be focusing a little bit more on talking about it. All the solutions. And that we'll be looking at today. Problems, solutions, some details, conclusions, and thoughts. And now, without further ado, I will leave you with Eric. He's going to give you a little explanation about the Cairo. Then he's going to talk about past problems like transportation and infrastructure, social problems and inequality. Then from that, he's going to present to you the present problems and solutions, like a modernize in the economy and provide a more modern social safety net to protect the vulnerable. After Eric, we will be going with Arturo
Cairo is the capital and largest city of Egypt, the Cairo metropolitan area has a population of 21.3 million people, and is the largest metropolitan area in the Arab world, and is the second largest in Africa, and the sixth largest city in the world. Cairo is, as you know, associated with ancient Egypt and the famous Giza pyramid complex. It's one of the most ancient structures inside of Cairo. And in Cairo there are it has over 9 million spread population. It has a population over 9 million spread over 553 square kilometers. And as I said, it's the largest city in Egypt. This city, Cairo, as many megacities, it suffers of high levels of pollution and traffic. And the Cairo Metro is one of the only two metro systems in Africa. The other one is located in Algiers, Algeria. And it ranks the Cairo metro area. It ranks among the 50 and busiest in the world, with over 1 million annual passengers inside of the metro. Alright, so Cairo has many problems, as any megacity has. For example, it has a lack of maintenance and poor driving habits, low vehicle occupancy, and a lot of bottlenecks in the traffic. In 1983, more than 530,000 vehicles were on the road. Amongst the most important bottlenecks are the 6 bridges over the Nile River that link Cairo and Giza, and these are pretty overloaded with traffic in the rush hour. Also, it has a lot of social problems and inequality. There's rich people and there's a lot of poor people, like here in Mexico. There's also racism and a lot of classism between the people. So yeah, they have tried to fix it in the time, and those are past problems. Those problems are still currently in Cairo, but those problems have been lowered little by little. So over the past 5 years, around 3.5 million young Egyptians are projected to join the labor force. Absorbing this new entrance into the labor market, it will be a challenge. However, this also creates a tremendous opportunity for faster growth if Egypt can support the emergence of a strong and vibrant private sector to productively employ this emerging generation of workers. They are also trying to modernize the economy, with nearly 100 million people and geographic location that provides excellent access to important foreign market. So this is a great opportunity for Egypt in order to increase the economy that it has. So they want to modernize the economy to take better advantage of the potential. That is an essential element of that process. So in order to do that, they have to ensure the best allocation of resources to generate higher growth and remove a lot of price of distortions that impede markets from functioning efficiently. They are also providing a modern social safety net to protect the vulnerable people. So yeah, in order for the classes not to be like pretty distance between them. Also, there are quite a few interesting facts in Egypt. Like Cairo boasts one of the tallest structures made by human hands. This is the Great Pyramid of Giza, that is one of the many wonders of the world. Also, the Al-Azhar University is one of the oldest in the world. This one was constructed in the year 975 before Christ. And this one it's operating like a modern university in the modern world. Today it is still thriving, offering undergraduate, postgraduate, and engineering study programs. Also Cairo hosts one of the largest food courts in the world. It has a lot of gastronomy. And also it's a city of festivals. It has a lot of festivals,
So yeah, it's a pretty great city.
and also it has like the largest museum because it includes a lot of archaeology from the Egyptian era. It is great.
As we have already mentioned before, developed countries and cities have a great importance and impact on the rest of the world. That is why it is important to understand the way in which these places have managed over the years to be cities with great scientific, economic, social, technological, and even geographical advances. The development of these megacities has a great impact on every country in the world. A clear example of this is the pollution emitted, since not only affects the local territory, but also affects the green areas of neighboring cities. As my partner already mentioned, Cairo is the most populated city in Africa, with more than 20 million people. In addition, it has a very strong economy supported by tourism, because as we already know, Egypt is a country with very interesting history where we can find the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx. However, like all developed places, Cairo also dealt with many problems, such as the number of vehicles in the city, traffic laws that are not respected, pollution that's caused by traffic jams that are also caused due to the lack of road education, building infrastructure in poor condition, low-paid jobs related to unemployment, and social problems that continue nowadays. Due to the constant growth and development of the economy of this megacity, competitions of all kinds have become increasingly complex. As a result of this, not all people have the possibility of moving forward at the same time. This is where social inequality is generated. In this case, the objective is to protect the most vulnerable segments of the population by supporting them by investing in education, food, and health. Despite the efforts made to improve the living condition of citizens, traffic continues being a major problem for the city, as traffic jams are giant and public transport services are in a crisis situation. It is important to mention that the best and most efficient way to travel there is the subway. All this is because taxi drivers charge what they want because there is no fixed rate and people also have to share these means of transport. In the case of the buses, they are very unsafe, and in order for people to use them, they need to speak intermediate Arabic. For all the reasons, that is why Cairo is called the chaos. Although the development of a place may sound like something positive, this also has its disadvantages, since including everything mentioned before, the modernization of the economy can also be a problem for the people who live there. It is true that Cairo has a great potential as a megacity, but it also has certain situations that prevent it from growing even more. The situations I'm referring to are that all economic policies are focused only on the city center, that they have a very weak government, and also that there is a miscollocation of resources. This is due to that just a few people decide where to invest these resources. This is the main reason why this is a great challenge for Egypt. It is to seek to improve the economy by investing all the resources, both economic and natural, on improving the potential and growth of the country. As I mentioned before, the development and growth of cities can be a possibility for the citizens and for the rest of the world. Nevertheless, constant and fast growth can generate a lot of problems due to the lack of preparation. This does not only happen in Cairo, but also takes place in cities with the best technology and the best economy. Some examples are the city of Sao Paulo, where one of the main challenges is violence and environmental pollution, or the country of China with overpopulation. However, the main problem that we are facing here is not just for these megacities, but also around the world, is the environmental pollution that we are producing. Cities like New York, Manila, New Delhi generate more than 14 million tons of garbage every year, and if we include the CO2 emissions emitted by the millions of vehicles of daily use, we can realize that this is the main challenge. This is why many governments and companies are seeking to meet the needs of their citizens through great innovations, but that's a very complex issue that will take us more time to present. Before we finish with our little talk about one of the most populated, developed, and somehow polluted cities in the world, we would like to remind you that not everything here is bad, since although it seems to be the worst city to visit, it is located in one of the countries with the most amazing history in the world. We hope that you have liked the development of this talk, and if there's any comment, question, or suggestion, we will gladly accept it. With nothing more to add, we appreciate your presence and see you next time.